What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is Sunday afternoon. We're about 4 hours away from our live stream, and I'm getting ready to go back to Cali. I am just picking up a couple of things that I need. Got to go Target and get some, mini shampoos and, soap and all that stuff, because on the plane, you got the ounce stuff. It's been a while since I've been flying, so I forgot all that stuff that I had the last time I was flying is pretty much dry rotted. So got a few odds and ends to pick up to get ready for the trip. And while I was in the store, I was seeing that wide receiver for the Rams, Van Joseph, who had problems with his knee last offseason, through the season that he played through, who had his knee scoped in the offseason, is still having problems, and he's going to see a specialist about it. And surgery may be on tap again for him. That's not the kind of news that you want to get on your wide receiver. And this is where I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but for once, our Cowboys have actually gone to training camp healthier than usual, and let's hope that it stays that way. And by that I mean, because normally we've had Tyron Smith in California rehabbing his back and things like that. We've had D-Law, of course, getting surgery on his back and stuff and coming back from it, or his back, his shoulder and things. We've had Amari Cooper, who would, of course, always ended up having his ankle and stuff scoped and worked on. So we haven't had all of these typical injuries being worked on that we usually have. We've actually gone through well. Give me a second here. Okay, so with Van Jefferson, they don't know, evidently the surgery that he had didn't heal it completely, and he'll have to get some more work possibly done on it. And this is where it gets to be interesting, and I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but sometimes you get lucky on when you play teams. We've got the Rams early part of the season. More than likely Jefferson will probably get his knee scoped and will be recovering and back, I'm sure, before that. Although the thing you have to wonder is, if he had surgery on it before, what's the problem now? What did they miss? And is this something that's going to be a problem going forward? But also, you look at Matthew Stafford, who had problems with his elbow in the offseason and did not throw during OTAs and minicamp and things like that. They're slowly bringing him back up there. I'm sure he'll be fine. But again, we're talking about practice. So you start looking at the Rams, Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl champion, and understand nobody is repeated as Super Bowl champion since the Patriots did in 2003 and 4, I think it was. Also, that's the same year the last time anybody repeated in the NFC East. And it's funny because I don't hear anybody talking about how hard it is to repeat as Super Bowl champions. But be that as it may, you also now look and say, okay, Jefferson, they've got good receivers. Don't get me wrong. They've got other good receivers. But that's a team that really predicates on the pass. If Matthew Stafford's arm's not quite there, you've got Jefferson, who may be having some chronic issues. And then, of course, you no longer have Odell Beckham. These are and I'll put on there that they don't have Von Miller anymore either. That these are things that you look at with them and say, okay, that they're a little nicked going into the season. They're going to have that Super Bowl hangover, that they may not be as good as advertised. We go down to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they've lost their center this past week. That's huge. They've got other issues with their guards. You have Antonio Brown gone. You have the Gronkster. He's gone. And, God, I'm having a brain fart. Godwin is not going to be ready to start the season. So he's in the same situation that Michael Gallup is. So you look at us playing Tampa Bay, who's scrambling to find a center, who no longer has Gronk, unless he decides to, the last week of practice decides to come back, who doesn't have Antonio Brown, who Leonard Fournette has gotten to be a fat ass. And you look at that and say, this might be the perfect time to be playing Tampa Bay. And if it is going to be a lingering issue for Jefferson, it may be a good time that we're playing the Rams earlier in the season. I think it's week 5 or 6, somewhere in there. But still, just saying, it's sometimes you get lucky, and it's better to be lucky than good in some cases. And I'll even put in there the Green Bay Packers with losing Devontae Adams, that as you look across the NFC, look at the 49ers. The 49ers did a lot of damage in the playoffs to us and to Green Bay, but you don't know how the transition from Jimmy Garoppolo to Trey Lance is going to be. We're talking about a guy who doesn't have that much experience, who's now taking over for the keys of it. And one of the things with the San Francisco 49ers is they usually have, under Kyle Shanahan, they have a good season, and then they come back down to earth. So I don't know that they're going to be a juggernaut. I don't know that the Rams, which are loaded with talent, are going to be a juggernaut. I don't know that Tampa Bay, with the losses that are piling up and Leonard Fournette becoming a fat ass, are going to be the same team either. And this is where it all goes back to, Jerry Jones said, if I knew there was a chance that we could be in the Super Bowl, I'd write whatever check. I have to say this. You look across the NFC right now, there's opportunity. I know everybody's on the Eagles bandwagon, that they're going to be great and everything else. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. But right now, you look at this situation and say, there is opportunity to really make noise in the NFC. Green Bay, of course, with Aaron Rodgers is always going to be good. But are they going to be as good without Devontae Adams? Will Trey Lance be as good as Jimmy Garoppolo at leading that team? Will the Rams have the Super Bowl hangover? The Eagles, sounds like the biggest problem for them is Jalen Hurts and all these new pieces going together. So if the Cowboys can stay healthy and maybe add a few pieces, they got a chance. Now, I'm not going to say that they're going to be able to beat whoever the representation is from the AFC, because the AFC truly is the power conference right now. But we'll keep watching. We'll keep effect with it, and we'll see how it goes. And next stop for me is I got to go to Target. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys in a few hours. Peace.